We changed it this afternoon.
Recording in progress. We are live. Welcome to the Bedminster Township Committee. This is our regularly scheduled meeting for March 16, 2026. Recognize that we have a full complement of Township Committee in attendance here in person. Committeeman Rosen, Committeeman Hickey, Committeewoman Moreski, and attending via Zoom, Committeewoman Fernandez. Ms. Ray, may we please have the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Yes, Mayor. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Committee was sent to the Courier News Somerville, Bernardsville News Whippany, and to all subscribers, and posted on the Township of Bedminster's official website at www.bedminsternj.gov and at the Township Municipal Building on January 6, 2026.
Great, thank you. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A pretty short agenda for today's meeting. This is the time of the meeting that we open up the microphone or the Zoom session for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to ask a question, make a statement, has your opportunity to do so. As we've said in the past, you're not guaranteed of a dialogue with the Township Committee unless any committee member chooses to engage. Not guaranteed of getting an answer, and certainly not guaranteed of getting an answer you like.
I'm seeing none online, Mayor.
None online. Anyone in person? Seeing none, let's proceed with the rest of the meeting. We have one set of meeting minutes to review and approve. That's the February 17, 2026 Township Committee meeting. Comments?
I'll abstain.
You will abstain. Seeing none, take a motion to approve the February 17, 2026 minutes.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, Robin, I do see that we have the March 2nd minutes in the book, but they're not on the agenda.
It says February 17th.
Oh, that was for March 2nd.
Look at that. It was March 2nd.
Okay, we're gonna turn that around.
Yes.
In the book, we have the March 2nd meeting minutes
And that was the approval was supposed to be for March 2nd.
for March 2nd.
Something on the agenda, you know?
Yeah, we got it.
Oh,
Okay, so I'll take
You're
a
human.
motion to approve the March 2nd, 2026 meeting minutes.
So moved again.
So moved.
And second.
Still abstaining.
You're still abstaining.
all in favor?
Aye.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 permits and raffles. First, social fair permits and benefit mainstream on April 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 545 Electric Cross Road. Social fair permit to benefit New Jersey Turf Grass Foundation on May 4, 2026 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow Country Club. A social fair permit to benefit the Center for Great Expectations on June 29, 2026 from 11:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow. A social fair permit to benefit Lamington Presbyterian Church on May 15, 2026 from 6 to 9 p.m. at Lamington Presbyterian Church. A social fair permit to benefit Children's Miracle Network on June 22, 2026 from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Fiddler's Elbow. An off-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit Mainstream on June 13, 2026 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the USET. One Schoolhouse Lane, Bedminster. That's over at Hamilton Farm Golf Club. And off-premise 50/50 raffle to benefit the Willow School on May 18, 2026 at 2 p.m. at Hamilton Golf Club. Questions or comments regarding those premise raffles? Seeing none, take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Monthly report by Subcommittee Chair, Committeeman Rosen.
Thank you, Mayor. The registration for the garden plots opened last week. And as of this morning, there are 115 plots that have been registered for. Construction still is pending. I know that DPW has moved some dirt piles from there, but the contractors have not resumed. No start date as of yet, TBD. And on the rec front, the Easter egg hunt is a couple weeks away on April 4th. And on another note, I had the opportunity to attend a water rescue training session at the fire department last week. It was held in conjunction with Martinsville and PPAC Gladstone. And I just thought it was a fascinating look at the drill, at all the equipment involved in water rescue, and it really was an eye opener. And the training and the drills they go through for what the real life rescues are very intense, and it was a very impressive session.
Was that here?
That was here, yeah, it was at our department.
Oh, cool. That's great. So 115, so registration for the garden opened up just was
Last week.
last week.
Or was, yeah, it was last.
It's a week old.
Yeah,
It's a week old, so that's 115. How you doing on assembling those Vigo gardens?
Good, they're doing it pretty much every day. They're about two guys does 8 a day,
Okay.
so we're getting it.
You're gonna do you have 115 yet?
No.
What are you doing on Saturday, Mayor?
I've done them. I those little nuts and bolts together.
Yeah,
The weather with this rain, what's is that going to set you back?
well, it did set us back with the winter we had. I need to still get the compost for Burnsville, so we can mix the soil that we took from down there. We're gonna mix it at our shop.
So the screens, this soil that was screened,
Is our shop.
oh, it's back here.
We took it all Friday.
Okay.
We had a window, we did it.
So you grab the screen soil,
Yeah.
you bring it here,
At the shop.
blend it with
With-
leaf mulch,
Yeah. And then we're gonna
And
take
then
it as we need it.
then into the Vigo gardens. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are we gonna have a grand opening day or something like that?
You're looking, we had a groundbreaking.
We had a groundbreaking.
Neil's gonna do a kickoff meeting with all of the, with the Garden Advisory Committee to all those who have purchased, plots. Big meeting.
So if we're gonna do, I don't want to say ribbon cutting, but something akin to a ribbon cutting, I would like to invite the county commissioners to that. So, everyone gets a, certainly want to, Melanie Morano and some others who were helpful in pushing the grant through.
Looking at dates. And the
We'll
March,
take care of it.
Okay, and registration remains open. So did you put in for a garden plot?
I do not have the time to do a garden plot. I love the garden, but I do not have that.
Yeah.
or Neil will take care of it.
yeah.
Tell them what you want. Me to do.
So Bill, I'm not sure when you guys are meeting next, but that's something that we could put together.
Yeah.
Even if it's just super quick, bring the county commissioners in, do a little ribbon cutting, say thank you and get out.
I think our next meeting is first week in April,
Okay,
in April.
okay, all right. Thank you. Committee Woman Fernandez.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no updates as of right now.
Any updates?
I have nothing, but I have a JVH meeting this Wednesday and a historic pres on the 19th. And I expect at my next meeting, I'll have plenty of stuff to tell you.
Okay. Committeeman Hickey.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Board of Health will not have a meeting this month because they have no application, so I have no report on that. However, the Board of Ed, there was a meeting last Thursday. I attended. I think I was half the audience along with Jake from the Burnsville News. It was the other half of the audience. Just a quick couple highlights. The board introduced their 2026-2027 budget, indicated that school taxes will increase 6.77% over last year. Just a reminder, last year school taxes accounted for 51% of the total property tax here in Bedminster. This year's school budget totals $22.98 million, up $1.3 million from $21.68 million last year. The reasons cited for the increase include healthcare costs up 25 to 27%, increased transportation costs to get the kids to Berners High, a $710,000 true-up with Berners High from the 2023-24 school year, and special education costs driven by IEPs, individualized education programs. The budget was introduced, but the public hearing for the budget will be held on April 30th at 7 p.m. at the school. So I'd encourage anyone interested to please attend that meeting. I know I will be there with questions in hand.
So for example, one of the questions is, can there be an explanation of what that true up means? My recollection, Committee Hickey and I were discussing that this morning. That was only a couple of years ago that there was an audit done of our expenses, and we actually saw a reduction in the tuition fees to send our students to Berners High. So this true up seems counter to what that audit revealed just a
22, 2023.
just a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And there'll be another one next year and the year after, I was told.
And did they give you an
Yeah,
explanation?
what's
Just additional expenses that were not factored in, that were not billed to us.
Wow. I mean, that's a big miss for several years.
It'll be 700 probably next year and 7 the next.
So I'd be curious to see if those extra expenses were expenses that were previously borne by Bedminster Township, by the Bedminster Board of Ed in the past, or are these new expenses that never made it? And did anyone from the school, I won't say audit, but did they corroborate the validity of those additional expenses? So
We will find out.
you guys have questions then.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I have no other updates. We have library this week, so I'm sure we'll report after that, but that's about it.
Okay. Farmers market, we had a farmers market meeting last week. And as of last Tuesday, we had received over 60 applications. Township committees, Farmers Market Advisory Committee
Same thing.
went through a fair amount of review of, once again, consideration of our existing vendors and then a consideration of the new applicants. Right now, I think if numbers hold true, we'll be somewhere about 30 vendors at a minimum per market day, which is probably up 4 vendors per day from last year. And applications continue to come in. So there may be additional vendors coming in, and it's here we are in March, and just really a month and 2 months away.
It's going to come fast.
2 months away, so it'll be here soon. March 9th, I attended an OEM meeting, emergency management. Just essentially running through some background of what we've done and getting ready for next year's tabletop drill. Robin, anything else from the OEM meeting or Chief? Am I just glossing over too quickly?
Oh, I mean, he did talk about everybody was very responsive with the request for numbers and to the counties. For the
Yeah,
last
so just
storm.
once again,
Just
thank
storm.
Brian Wild for taking on this position, and he's doing a great job. And the fact that he served in that position with Montclair, with the Montclair Fire Department for years, means we got a sort of leg up on all the details of the FEMA submissions. March 5, Land Use Board, the Planning Board approved Lights at AT&T. This is their new office building. They're
Mhm.
where they are currently located on 206. They came in with an application to essentially change the light fixtures, which will provide some dimming during the overnight hours. Currently, they are on full blast in the parking lot the entire overnight. This will allow dimming to 50%. And that application was approved. And then last week, we heard the second hearing for the Somerset Airport applying for additional lot coverage, including some paved areas and additional hangar space. The variance that was pursued was to go to 10.6% lot coverage, where 10% is the maximum allowed, and the planning board determined that variance was reasonable, and that application was approved. As of now, there are no hearings scheduled for April. That may change, but it does look like there's a slew of applications coming through in May and June. So that's the land use, OEM, land use. Okay, Ms. Ray.
Sure. So we had a new phone system installed here at the township, by Quick Copper. After a couple, kinks, we're up and running, everything's worked out quite well. And, I think we're all getting used to the new system. You'll see that we no longer have the voice up front of our former administrator. Right now, we have some AI script, but we're switching over to me shortly. And the new system actually is going to save us about $10,000 annually. So that was a big find for Elliot and IT. So kudos to him for that. Every penny helps. Mayor, you and I attended the Somerset County shared meeting. I'm sure you'll talk about that later at the end, so I'll pass over that. We had a Crossroads Park bid opening on February 24th, where we received 3 bids. They were rejected at the March 2nd meeting. The bid was reposted on March 4th, and the rebid opening is scheduled for March 31st at 11 a.m. That's the rebid for Crossroads Park bid opening. Municipal budget, we have our next meeting coming up on March 9th. Tentative JIF, Suburban Municipal Joint Insurance Fund meeting, and new this week will be announced the elected official training session, where if you all take the class, we get $250 off of our premium, including myself, so it could be a savings of $1,500. So, and every year you guys have been great, and we get our discount, so I'll send out the information shortly. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee meeting, we have that coming up this week. Live Golf meeting, we continue to have our bi-monthly meetings between the Bedminster team and Live organizers. And I completed the CDBG grant, which goes to the county. It's due Thursday, March 19th, for new ADA automatic control door systems for the front and rear municipal building. That concludes my report.
For the Crossroads Park bid opening, how many bid packages were picked up?
I do not know yet.
Okay. Jason, do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Chief Bernardo, can we have the community policing report?
Yeah, good evening. Wednesday, just a reminder, we'll be hosting a pizza with a cop event at the library from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So we encourage people to come and stop by, get a slice of pizza, and hang out with our officers. And that's all I got, Mayor.
That's this Wednesday?
You're up.
Yes, this Wednesday.
Okay. Do we have the library?
Yeah, we do have library board.
Stop by and get pizza.
You'll be there.
All right.
Great, more pizza.
Very good. Yes. It's budget season. We go through a lot of pizza. Moving on, introduction of ordinances. We have none. We do have a public hearing of an ordinance. This is Ordinance number 2026-003. This ordinance amends chapter 4 entitled General Licensing, section 4-3 entitled Filming of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Bedminster. Take a motion to open the public hearing for ordinance number 2026-003.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hey, Robin, we've talked about this before.
You did.
Talk about it one more time since now we're in public hearings.
Sure. It's just a, 2004, we adopted the original. This is an amendment. The New Jersey Film Commission is standardizing the ordinances that have been approved by all the municipalities to make sure we're not gouging any of the film companies, to make us a welcoming state to film it. So there were some, as I explained, some municipalities in North Jersey that were charging exorbitant prices, and this just sets the tone, puts us all in a level playing field.
Any comments or questions from the Township Committee regarding the film readiness ordinance? And John, is this the same ordinance that you guys have passed in Bernard's? Or you are re-amending?
I think it's similar, but I have to be candid. They're stock ordinances, and I didn't have any real input in either the Bernards or Bedminster ordinance. They're basically templates.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that they're the same. They're all coming out of Trenton. So if there's no further questions or comments from the Township Committee, we'll open up the microphone for public comment on the film readiness ordinance.
Seeing none, ma'am.
Seeing none, take a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2026-003.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And I will take a motion to approve ordinance number 2026-003.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Robin, what's the next step? We've approved the ordinance. Do we then have to send it down to DCA?
I do. I
Okay,
have to send it to the Film Commission, and they're gonna go ahead and check the box for us, and we're back on the film.
so we're back on the list of film readiness.
Everything else has
Got
been
it.
done, the photos, everything. We did that 2 years ago.
Okay.
So it's the final step.
We have two items on the consent agenda. These are items of a routine nature. Any member of the Township Committee may pull one or both of them, offer individual consideration. Or take a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Moreski.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen
Aye.
and Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
The one resolution that is up for individual consideration is Resolution 2026-062. This resolution authorizes the Township's Chief Financial Officer to submit an application for consideration to the State of New Jersey Local Finance Board for a 2026 municipal budget cap waiver. Now, this is something that is routine,
It is.
but Robin, why don't you just give an explanation?
Explain what's going on. Bedminster Township Court, the shared court actually, and Bedminster Township's portion of the shared court budget went up, which we feel is a burden to us. It's a shared service, and we're hoping that they will approve removing that from our cap so that we can put it outside cap. So that's what this will do.
Yep.
We may not use it, but we want it to be prepared.
Right. Questions, comments from Township Committee? Seeing none, take a motion to approve Resolution 2026-062.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Morosky.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I'll take a motion to approve the bill list pending review of individual invoices.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote again, please. Committeeman Hickey.
Aye.
Committeewoman Morosky.
Aye.
Committeewoman Fernandez.
Aye.
Committeeman Rosen.
Aye.
And Mayor Jacobs.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, new business. Any items for discussion by the Township Committee? New items, new business, new issues?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nothing here.
Old business, utilities.
Mayor, I have a couple updates. First on JCP&L, I attended an NJBPU regional meeting on JCP&L outages last Wednesday. Christine Gulls-Sadovi, who is the NJBPU president, was there. The forum provided the opportunity for the municipalities to give some direct feedback to both her as well as JCP&L, who has several reps there, including our own Bob Flynn. One of the items that the BPU president highlighted were penalties imposed on JCP&L for underperforming circuits. In my opinion, penalties are guardrails, but at the end of the day, they don't themselves solve the root problem, the root cause of the outages. What I shared with the BPU president is that monies need to be applied in two general areas: infrastructure and information. From an infrastructure standpoint, the investment that was recently made here in Bedminster is a perfect example of what needs to happen. I like to say that aging infrastructure is like old milk. It doesn't get any better with time, and ignoring it by putting it back in the fridge doesn't solve anything. The way you resolve persistent outages is to do the hard work of root cause analysis and invest in new infrastructure to make the network more resilient, just as JCP&L has now done here in Bedminster. The other side of the coin is investment in information resources. When there's an outage, residents need to know whether or not the outage is going to last an hour, a day, or 3 days, or 5 days, or a week, so they can make appropriate plans. I advocated for developing a comprehensive dashboard that would expand beyond just providing ETRs, estimated time for restoration. That information would allow residents and municipal officers to better respond and direct resources appropriately. Interestingly enough, Kieran Tintle, who is JCP&L's government affairs chief, who the mayor and I, we worked with early on during the latest project with JCP&L, he seized on the idea of a dashboard and actually repeated it back to the BPU president later on in the day. So I think hopefully they'll do something with that. Overall, it was a very positive exchange, and let's see what comes of it. They plan to do more of these meetings throughout the different localities throughout Bedminster to get, throughout the state to get ideas and get feedback. And overall, it was a good session.
So where are they with their, I forget, it was $900 million, something like that investment that they were making on the system?
That is ongoing. It was pared back from the original $900 million number. I think it came down to about 200 and some odd. They talked a lot about tree trimming and the $30 million they spent on tree trimming over the last several years. And I think that's great. But obviously with the Garden State, we have a lot of trees. Trees come down no matter how much trimming you do. So you still have to make sure your network is resilient enough so that it can recover when you have a tree down. So, but you know, some folks were there saying, cut all the trees down. Well, that's not going to happen. Especially you can't cut down trees on private property, even though some advocated for that. But look, it's one of the many issues that JCP&L is grappling with right now. And the BPU, you know, to their credit, is trying to get on top of it and work with all of us.
Yeah, you can just see go up 202. There's some lines that are down. Well,
they're leaning on lines. Now, the good news is most of those are
you
cable
go
and
up
telco.
206, you see the same thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they're working, but obviously there's some repairs that need to be done there.
The real trouble is you see something leaning on the top line on a pole, that's an electric line. That's a primary. So you got to be careful and report that in if you see it.
Yep.
And then New Jersey American Water, I'm scheduled to attend the New Jersey American Water rate briefing this Friday. So I'll report out on that at our next meeting. Jason, I don't know if you have any updates. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Somerset Hills Public Safety Committee, as Ms. Ray noted, we have our call this week. That's on Thursday afternoon. So we'll be reporting about that at our next regular scheduled TC meeting. We'll go through township committee comments. During those comments, I'll talk about, Robin, we can, let's talk about it now. So on March 3rd, Robin and I attended along with, I think a fair amount of other officials and mayors and administrators from Somerset County, the Somerset County Shared Services meeting. Ran through the gamut of all the shared services that Somerset County is offering either through the county or encouraging between municipalities. I would say we are certainly much further along than a lot of the other towns that were participating. But there were some interesting ideas, right? Some of the street sweeping, some of those options that we've looked at in the past. Robin, I left with about 10 minutes to go, so I'm not sure if they
Yes.
hit anything at the end.
Ran through all the different department heads and what they could do for us for shared services. I think one of the things that jumped out at me was the printing services. We could probably take advantage of using the printing services that the county offers.
Yes,
And that we're all,
and that was for large scale print jobs.
Yeah.
We're not taking your laminator away from you.
very important to me. But no, I think we have a lot of shared services. We're in pretty good shape. We have some big shared services, so.
So that was good. And then later that night, I attended I was invited by Mayor Knows from Bernardsville to attend the Rotary Club of Somerset Hills. Yes, there still is a Rotary Club, and it's called the Rotary Club of Bernardsville, but they expanded it to Somerset Hills with the idea of trying to bring in the rest of the Somerset Hills communities. Just talked generally about what we're doing, what it's like to run through budget session, and how expensive fire trucks are. So we also talked about some zoning, and we talked about economic development here in northern Somerset County. And they seem like a very interesting bunch, and they certainly want to get engaged further in Bedminster. They do a fair amount of scholarships at the high school. I think they, in both Ridge and Bernards High, I think they offer several $1,000s worth of scholarships each year. So they seem like a very interesting community organization. I frankly don't know much about the Rotary Club. So it's nice meeting with them all. And maybe we'll see them participate in some Bedminster events. With that, we will go to Township Committee comments. We do not have an executive session tonight, so we'll run through Township Committee comments, and then we will adjourn for the evening. Committeewoman Fernandez, we'll start with you.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no comments tonight. Have a good night.
Committeewoman Mareski.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to let everybody know that Deb Taglieri is working hard on an environmental committee ANJAC grant it's only for $1,500, but they're going to, if they get it, they'll apply that to the invasive species project. I think I've mentioned that before. So every little bit helps, especially now that we're in budget session. So fingers crossed. And on a personal note, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's reached out in person, by card, by email and text on with their condolences to myself and my family on the passing of my dad. So I wasn't going to do that, but it's real important, and it's amazing what a great little town Bedminster is, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I'll stop.
Committeeman Rosen.
I have nothing further, Mayor.
Committeeman Heckey.
No further comments, Mayor. Thank you.
No further comments at 7:35. I'll take a motion to adjourn for the evening.
So moved.
All in
Second.
favor?
Oh.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Bye, Gina.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Frank.
I still smell like wet bowl.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, good night, good night.
Girl town.